When I helped my wife's struggling family business successfully go public, my wife showed up with twins and her admired ex-boyfriend. At the celebration party, she remarked, "Jack is a top student, and you should appreciate him for bringing in some fresh genes to improve the family line. You'll still stay with my family, and as a token gesture, one of the kids can take your last name." She wanted me to step down from my vice president position. "The company's success has nothing to do with you. Even a pig can fly when there's a strong enough wind. Replace you with Jack, and he'll do even better." Everyone was mocking me, and my father-in-law and mother-in-law, who always claimed to value me, silently agreed with everything. Watching this shameless family, I sneered, "Fine, let the Anderson Group go bankrupt then." "Declan, what kind of joke is this? Everything you have now was given to you by our family. If the Anderson Group goes bankrupt, you'll have nothing left." My wife Fiona didn't believe a word I said and continued to mock me. "I even thought about letting you manage the company as a formality after you step down as VP. But now it seems someone as lowly as you, with ambitions beyond reach, is unworthy of managing our Anderson Group. I want a divorce. Get out of the Anderson Group." I looked at Fiona's disgusted, perfectly made-up face and gritted my teeth. "Fine, let's divorce." Fiona sneered and handed me a divorce agreement. The terms demanded that I leave with nothing. "When you married into our family, we signed an agreement. If we divorce, you can't take a penny, and you have no right to refuse." Instinctively, I looked at my in-laws. Fiona might not understand my contributions to the company since she doesn't work, but they should know better. But my in-laws, who praised me at lunch, now avoided eye contact, their stance clear. Amid the guests' laughter, I heard some whispers. No matter how capable Declan is, he's just a son-in-law living with them. If his wife says to dump him, she can dump him. He's just brought in billions in revenue for the company, acting all superior in front of us. But at home, he's still just a pushover for his wife. I knew these people always looked down on me, even though I poured my heart into Anderson Group and took it public in 5 years, expanding into overseas markets. I looked at my wife and the man behind her, and the last glimmer of hope in my heart extinguished. The person I once shared a bed with used me as a stepping stone, secretly plotting with that man to replace me entirely. "All right," I choked out. Before I finished speaking, Jack eagerly put his arm around Uma's shoulder. "Oh dear Una, rest assured. With my help, the company will develop even faster." Uma returned his embrace, her radiant smile dazzling, stinging my eyes. It was a smile she never showed me, even though I married into her family and endured countless humiliations, even though I turned myself into a vassal of the Anderson family. With those thoughts, I hesitated no more. I signed the divorce papers and left without looking back. As soon as I left, the employees who never respected me started to gossip. "With that son-in-law gone, our days will be much better. Yeah, the Andersons are wealthy and kind. With Declan gone, company benefits will surely improve." I heard from a friend in the secretarial department that the Andersons wanted to increase employee benefits several times, but that son-in-law always vetoed it. After climbing from the bottom, he looked down on us. Not far from them, I heard their words and couldn't help but chuckle. Did they really think I could veto decisions made by the top leadership? In fact, during my years in charge, I constantly applied for benefits for the company, only to be blocked by my in-laws, who didn't want to give any benefits, wishing employees would work for free. Now, hearing them praise my in-laws as kind-hearted, I almost laughed. If I hadn't always spoken up for the employees, they wouldn't be so eager to kick me out. To them, I was just a VP. Kicking me out was no big deal. I left the venue and called a number that had been in my phone for 5 years. "I'm done with Fiona." The person on the other end chuckled coldly. "You should have ended it sooner. Since I found out Fiona was seeing other men, I've been telling you to leave. Now you've finally come to your senses. Since that's the case, come home." For years,